Hello, everyone. Can you hear me well? Hello, Chenwen, Pasi. Nice to meet you. Thank you very much for inviting me to this wonderful event. I'm very excited that so many people are here. Thank you, Sanim, also for your very wonderful Dharma talk, very important teaching for all of us. So when I received the topic, I was very excited. Dharma Defender. So count me in too, okay? I want to be part of this team. So one time, when we read the Compass of Zen, there is a teaching that Zen Master Sung-san shares with us. It says, the Buddha taught all the dharmas in order to save all minds. When you do not keep any of these minds, what use is there of all these dharmas? So, have no mind, then what do we need a dharma? What do we need this dharma talk even? If there's no sickness, why looking for medicine? Right? But as you all know, as we all experience, human beings make something and then enter the ocean of suffering. So we make I, my, me. We make desire, anger, and ignorance, and on and on and on. And so we have what we have today. This world that we are in right now, all of us, doesn't matter where we are on this planet, we are all going through tremendous suffering. So, as you probably heard from Zen Master Sung-san's teaching, even from over 30 years ago, he says this world right now is like that beautiful fruit that was hanging on the tree ripening, and now, with you and I here in this moment, this world is like this fruit that just dropped onto the ground. Its black spots all rotting. Okay? The flesh of this wonderful sweet fruit is now fermenting, disintegrating, decaying, and dying. And we see all that around us, whether it's the COVID-19 pandemic in every country right now, and whether that's the economic, social, political chaos and upheavals all over the place, and the violence appearing, the deaths everywhere right now. Not to mention even how much our planet is suffering also because of all the greed and ignorance that we are creating on this planet. So this fruit is about to just expire. That's the world we are in right now, right? But in the midst of all this, for us as Zen students, what is our job? What are we supposed to do? What does it mean when we say defend the Dharma? What are we really defending? Now, Chenwen Pasi gave us a very important teaching about the three jewels. And the root of these three jewels that we take refuge in is actually inside our Bodhi vow. So when each one of us decides and makes this commitment that I attain my true self, get enlightenment, save all beings from suffering. In that moment, as we all know, all Buddhas, all Bodhisattvas, all great enlightened beings adopt us as their sons or daughters. And in that moment, actually, we get protection. We get this actually amazing, unlimited protection of the three jewels. At the same time, we ask ourselves, and then what? As Sanim asked earlier, what do you do with that? Is that it? No. There's a tremendous gift in that. And when we get the refuge, when we are in the three jewels, we then experience immense gratitude for having this great fortune to meet the Buddha, to meet the teaching, which is the Dharma, and to meet the community of our fellow Dharma friends, all great practitioners, to support us along the way. And from there arises our purpose, which is get enlightenment, save all beings from suffering, help everyone wake up as well. So as Chen Wenfasi said, attaining the three jewels, the true three jewels, the Buddha, which is our true nature, that's our original substance. Attain true Buddha. Attain the true Dharma, that's our innate wisdom, complete, pure. It's our Dharma light that we can shine for all beings everywhere, all the time when we access it. And when we take care of our actions, that's the true Sangha. It's our actions manifesting in everyday life, in the world of name and form, in time and space, moment to moment to moment. So how do we do that? So as Zen Master Sungsan says, hard training necessary. So hard training, we use this word defend. But as earlier I mentioned, when you don't keep all these minds, what Dharma is there to defend? What is there to defend? What does it really mean when we are defending? Okay, it's not relative. There's no inside, outside. The three jewels is not in some kingdom far away for us to get. It's actually already inside us. The treasure is us. We are the three jewels. Except when we can't access it, when we don't know how to use it, when we do not cultivate it, when we don't take care of it, it has no value. It doesn't function. Cannot do anything. So like maybe many of us, we are watching the world right now. The craziness of the world, leaders, people with resources, wealth, power, doing all kinds of things to make more human beings confused and more suffering appearing on this planet. And many of us are watching, and many students lately, especially with the riots in the United States or Hong Kong, or the economic problems, everybody losing jobs, or literally people becoming sick and dying without support, without health insurance, without any kind of help. People just dying everywhere right now. We look at all this and we say, I'm powerless. I cannot do anything. But as Zen students, then what is our job? It's actually up to us. Okay? It's really up to each of our individual. So when we take refuge in only the forms, as Chen Wensen said earlier, it's not enough. Only if we truly take care of our original mind, grow in our wisdom, and execute with action in our daily life in the midst of this chaos. Our Bodhi tree is your workplace, your family, your street, your society, your markets, your hospitals, your country, our whole world, our planet. It's not hidden away somewhere special. It's where we are standing right now. That's our Bodhi tree. that's the place where these three jewels need to shine, need to function, need to do its job. So, when I heard the word Dharma defender, it makes me really have this, feeling of being a warrior, right? Because actually, being a bodhisattva is a warrior. We're actually warriors dismantling samsara, okay, in the midst of samsara itself. We didn't leave it, but when we can really practice the three jewels, the true three jewels, as Chenwen Sinim explained to us, then we have no hindrance in the midst of this world. We can function with great wisdom and compassion. Training for us as Zen students means return to this vow all the time. Return to, what am I? From there, compassion arises because we experience our true nature, our original substance. And in that experience, it's inevitable. You will have this great sense of recognition that we are never separate with others. So that compassion is the warmth, the fuel of love that gives us tremendous courage. And that courage is something we need so that we're not afraid of the suffering that's in front of us in this world. The whole world right now, if you look at people around us, they're afraid of dying because of COVID-19, afraid of having the medicine, the food, the clothing, the shelter because of economic crisis. Okay, afraid of being manipulated because of political, technological, and societal control of powerful people or entities that we have no control over. So most people right now are living in a very, very subdued but continuous and ongoing stress, anxiety, and fear. But when our vow is very strong, when our bodhicitta is very strong, this vow will give us courage. And we need this courage to break through, walk through with a clear, loving mind in the midst of the suffering world. But just that is not enough. Why? Because we'll burn out. Only love, only this great courage and desire to help this world will burn us if we do not have wisdom. So this Dharma light inside of us, the second true treasure, when we can access this great wisdom, which means truly attaining the interdependence of all phenomena, truly attaining that in name and form, in time and space, everything is the truth. When we attain that 100%, out of that arises very cool wisdom. It's like a sharp, exact diamond sword, moment to moment, gives us complete clarity. And this sword is smelted, shaped, and purified with this warmth and the heat of compassion together. And when that Dharma and Buddha come together, then out of that arises our function, the third jewel, Sangha, our correct function moment to moment, to benefit all beings in all situations. But we need that training. Zen Master Seung San says, hard training necessary. Yeah, hard training. So in our life, we have formal practice, sit, meditate, bow, chant, do mantra, do koan practice. Okay. Also, we do our life service for our family, society, work, anything we encounter in our daily life. That is the place where we practice the 3 jewels. It's a 24/7 job. Also, being a Dharma defender, actually, as we all know, defending the name form of the 3 jewels, our teachers, our temples, the sutras, all the forms, the statues, the altars, all of these forms that are the triple gems, those we must defend, we must protect, because they embody true Buddhism. And yet, at the same time, they are all name and form. They also are impermanent. And so we see sometimes a temple can crumble, sutras can be burned. Okay? And even teachers, even monks and nuns will reincarnate, as do all of us. So that's why true refuge, as Chenwen Sunim said, is when it's perfectly attained through the Buddha, Dharma, Sangha of the 3 jewels that are innately in each of us, then we can protect all Dharma in name and form. And Dharma will flourish even more. And all practitioners will attain Buddhahood. That's a correct human life. Now, being a Dharma defender on this path is a kind of, I would say, Sanims, you have uniform. Always wear uniform, right? But for us as lay people, we are the kind of Dharma defender that's, army wears uniform, but we are undercover. We are hidden spies, okay? Bodhisattva spies. So what does that mean? It means you have no name, no title, okay? No uniform. Also, if you die trying to do this, no one will remember you. Maybe nobody will even know you died trying to defend this Dharma. But we don't care, because this vow already makes us complete. Our training is the place where we perfect it. Because when the real moment comes, I have to save some other person or help some situation. In that moment, this training will do its job automatically. Okay? So, when we are a warrior, when we are hidden, it means there's no reward. There's no benefit. There's no recognition. And as the Buddha taught us in the Diamond Sutra, there's no giver, act of giving, gift, or the receiver itself, and the whole thing itself is already empty. So it's the same for us in everything we do. Dharma defender means not doing anything, but always defending. Not necessarily saying, I did it. Okay, that's ego. That's an idea. But when we take care of these 3 jewels, then boom, boom, boom. Our job is already defending the Dharma. So when I was given this topic, one thing that came to mind was, Zen Master Sung San one time gave a Dharma talk in Europe, in Poland, talking about organization, Dharma organizations like ourselves, communities, sanghas, and how to run organizations of practicing people. And he said one thing that I always felt was very important. He said, strong organization is very important for the Zen students. Why is that? He said, because strong organization helps student get a strong center. So when each individual student has a strong center, they become great practitioners and they can do their job really well for the community. So when people would ask him, what is your job? And he would say, I only make a hole in the wall for my students. I make a hole and pull it apart, and then they can just pass through. And I thought that was such a beautiful way for him to express what he does for us, what he continues to do for us wherever he is. He made a hole in samsara so that we could all pass through with this Dharma power, with energy. So when we are practicing in our own personal practice, and when we are doing this work of supporting the Dharma, sometimes for me, it's like I don't know if any of you've seen, there are Formula One races, the race car driving races. So when the drivers, the professional drivers drive these very fast cars, like going a few hundred miles an hour in the ring, there is one rule. And because when the car crashes, let's say you're driving and the car in front crashes, then the rule for the driver who's in the car behind is never look at the crash. Only look for the opening and quickly go, because it's a split of a second. They have to find the way out. So in Zen, our training is wake up. Split of a second, doesn't matter where we are, in our workplace, our family, in the street, in the hospital, doesn't matter. Wake up. Come back to Buddha. Wake up. It's like finding that opening wherever we are, any moment. Really wake up. Then from there, what? How do you find that path? How do you find skillful means? How does wisdom appear? So in our training, koan practice is very important to attain that truth and our correct, clear function. That's still training, okay? When we keep doing it over and over and over in our practice, in our life, one moment, you can do something. And inside that action, there's no I. It's pure action, 100%. So last week in Musangsa, we had a Buddha's birthday ceremony, and it went very well, very peacefully. Everyone wore masks. We wash hands. We all keep distance, and everybody was very happy to come together. Even it was risky for many people, especially the elderly. And the next day, the governor of our province, Chungcheongnam-do, and the mayor of Gyeongsang City, where Musangsa is located, came to Musangsa to pay respects to Zen Master Daebong. And very interesting, the governor said to Daebong Sanim, he said, "Thank you very much, Sanim, that you have a very successful Buddha's birthday ceremony. Also, thank you on behalf of the government that not only Musangsa, but all Buddhist temples in Korea, you follow our government regulations very well. And no outbreak in any temples. Everyone's safe. Thank you so much. You really help our government." And next day we have a staff meeting, and Zen Master Sungsan told us this news. We were so happy. Already, as a community, we defend the three jewels. As a community, even in Korea, Korean Buddhism was already helping all beings to be safe, to be healthier. And I say this because in Korea, one of the biggest problems is that religious groups keep holding meetings and more outbreaks keep occurring, even this week. So we said, oh, Buddhists are very, very disciplined and we practice. So we follow the rules. So as Zen Master Sung San said, if you want happiness, okay, follow situation. If you want to be free, follow the rules. So when we are doing our correct situation relationship function, moment to moment, as our training, then in these times, in these unprecedented and difficult times on this planet, we can be of great help. We can be of great assistance where it's in need. So I would like to end my talk here and thank you all again for listening. Thank you all for coming together, giving your life, your practice, and your heart to the three jewels, to all beings on this planet who need it very much right now. And I hope to be able to practice and meet with you again soon. Thank you very much.